So guys, welcome back once again. Delay is dangerous, but sometimes it works in favor of those who God has their back, and God has the back of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is a man that is well respected. He's a well-known man. Several people have been speaking good of him. So Nnamdi Kanu does not deserve to be in prison. How would Nnamdi Kanu be in the prison with criminals? Nnamdi Kanu celebrated his Christmas in prison. You can imagine that. For a peaceful man, a freedom fighter. Because recently he was declared freedom fighter by an association. Because they know how hard and how this man has fought diligently and saving his people very well. But yet all those efforts, Omotosho turned it down and named him and called him a terrorist, tagged him as a terrorist, be telling everybody, even when he was listing his Nnamdi Kanu serving terrorism-related charges, which wasn't true, he still tagged him as a terrorist. Well, without proceeding further, if you're new to this channel, do what to like this channel videos, share this channel videos, always leave a free Nnamdi Kanu in the comment section, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button and turn on this channel notification bell so that you won't be missing any training updates about Nnamdi Kanu, as all what you'll be getting are live, verified, and training updates happening around Nnamdi Kanu. So guys, Omotosho will need to face the consequence, because now the international court has now gathered and they've now come to a conclusion that, look, you will be arrested. They've now made an order for Omotosho's arrest, because Omotosho needs to be arrested for making such decisions. He could not even checkmate his judgment on Nnamdi Kanu very well. He stood on it and he was very confident that he did the right thing when he knew that he has failed totally. He will now go for his punishment. He will now be punished. Because you cannot just try a man like that under a repealed law, a law that does not even exist. You cannot. Because the young man is so innocent to record that he was asking you to show him the proof. You could not show him the proof because you know that what you are doing is not legal. What you are doing is illegal. And you will never go scot-free. As Nnamdi Kanu told him, look, God will punish you now and forever. And this is the cause that is continuing the cause is continuing to rain on Omotosho. As now finally the international court have now ordered for his arrest and he will face his punishment. Well, without wasting more time, there are two video clips that are displayed on screen. Not even two, but I might display another. Just watch those particular videos to the end so that you understand the points and what I'm talking about. And when we are back, we'll continue and get into full details so that we'll know exactly what the international court has to say concerning Omotosho's arrest.
This is a 1956 interview that will let you know why what is happening in Nigeria is still happening. You see, what is happening in Nigeria is not a coincidence. It's not an accident. It's not by surprise. It is intentional. What is happening in Nigeria is intentional. That is a man-made stuff. It's arranged. Why you see Tinubu turn a blind eye to what was happening in the north before currently Donald Trump decided to intervene was intentional. Their intent is to unalive Christian. Their intent is to buy Christian. As at 1956, the intent is already there. And that is why I laugh at my Igbo Muslim brothers that are coming out with propaganda. I call that one injury time propaganda. Because all this while nobody's talking about it. All of a sudden they started talking about Igbo Muslim, that they are buying them, they are persecuting Igbo. Which Igbo man is ready to persecute anybody because of religion? Don't listen to the few seconds interview that took place in 1956. It's already there by 1956. Currently, see where it's playing. This is the result. So it's not a surprise. What is happening today in Nigeria, all this Christian genocide or whatever, it's a long-term plan. As at 1956, it's already there. Watch the short interview, then you understand me better. Please know for more updates, like, share, comment on my view. Thank you for watching.
I am a Mohammedan and I have prejudices against Christians too in southern Nigeria.
So you said you have prejudices against Christians in southern Nigeria. Is that particularly because they are Christians? I'm a Christian myself, but I have no prejudice against Mohammedans. I rather prejudice against whites.
I often feel that.
Why?
You see, we in Nigeria, and our part of Nigeria, northern Nigeria, we often feel that Africa is for Muslims, not for Christians. It's meant for Muslims. And our social life is entirely different from the Western ways. We are totally opposed to it because it sort of try to disassociate our religious principles.
We were talking a moment ago about discrimination between white and black. Suppose Nini comes to visit you in Nigeria. Would he be discriminated against in any way?
I suppose so, simply because, for one reason. You see, we eat in a bowl. We in my home, we put a big bowl down, and you have about 3 or 4 people putting their hands all at the same time into the bowl.
There is an element of competition.
And you see, we don't allow Christians to interfere. We don't allow Christians to put their hands inside. You see, it's one of our religious doctrines. We don't allow, we're not supposed to eat with Christians in the same bowl unless we're obligated to. And
Nigerians, the video you are watching here, this particular video is from Sheikh Munir Adams. The video is in Hausa, but I will try my possible best to break it down in English so that you guys will understand what this Sheikh Imam Munir Adams is saying. Now, in this video, he said they called them to a meeting in this country, in a particular state, but he refused to mention the state. He said they were there. Like, men, clerics, imams were there. People that were saddled with the responsibility of tackling security in this country, like handling security in this country. They all were there. 2 points were raised in that meeting. Number one, pay attention so that you will know the reason why somebody like Bello Matawale is holding a post in Nigeria. I know they fear them. I go to talk and straight up. I would say the way. I want you to hear why somebody like Bello Matawale is holding a post in this country called Nigeria. The first point they raised there is that all of them there should come out in mass and tell the world that the Fulani terrorists in the bush buying Nigerians, killing us every day by day, they picked up arms because they were oppressed. They picked up arms because they were oppressed. So nobody should blame them. That's the first point they raise. That's the first point they raise. Second point, that they should come out. I'm talking about they there in the meeting, all the Islamic clerics and co. The Shegumi and co. They should all come out and call on the government. Call on the government not to hide them. The government should not hide them. Instead, the government should dialogue with them. Call the top ones, people like Bello Truji, Ado Alero, Babaro, and give them positions in the government. You see what these guys are planning. Babaro, Ado Alero, and Bello Tuji, they call them together, all of them, and give them position in the government. So, one day in this country, somebody like Babaro will be the Minister of Defense. Ado Alero will be Minister of Work. Bello Tuji will be the IG of Police.
So guys, welcome back once again. I believe we've all watched those 2 videos I was displaying on screen. Like I promised that when we are back, we'll be getting into full details to know exactly what the international court has. Now, here I come. As you can see on your screen, in a historic and far-reaching decision, an international court has formally ordered the arrest of Omotosho over a series of grave violations of international law, judicial ethics, and fundamental human rights. The ruling represents a decisive step in the global effort to enforce accountability, restore confidence in justice systems, and reaffirm that no individual is above the law, regardless of position or influence. For years, Omotosho has been at the center of intense legal and public controversy following widespread allegations of judicial misconduct, abuse of authority, and deliberate violations of constitutional and international legal standards. Civil society organizations, senior legal practitioners, and international human rights bodies documented repeated patterns of actions that allegedly undermined due process and the right to fair trial. Among the core allegations presented before the International Court were that Omotosho issued rulings in violation of binding constitutional provisions, disregarded superior court decisions and international legal obligations, authorized or upheld prolonged and unlawful detention of detainees, acted with political bias, thereby compromising judicial independence, denied defendants access to fair hearing, legal representation, and timely adjudication. These concerns prompted formal petitions to international judicial bodies requesting intervention where domestic remedies were considered ineffective or deliberately obstructed. After a comprehensive review of evidence, including court records, sworn affidavits, expert opinions, and international legal standards, the International Court found that there were reasonable grounds to believe that Omotosho bears personal responsibility for serious breaches of international law. In its detailed ruling, the court held that 1. Due process was systematically violated with clear evidence of denial of fair hearing and arbitrary judicial conduct. 2. Judicial authority was abused, with decisions issued in bad faith and inconsistent with established law. 3. International treaties were breached, including conventions on civil and political rights and protections against arbitrary detention and judicial persecution. 4. The right to liberty and fair trial was gravely compromised, amounting to persecution through judicial means. The judges emphasized that judicial office does not confer immunity from international accountability, especially where the judiciary itself becomes an instrument of oppression. Consequently, the International Court issued a formal arrest warrant against Omotosho, directing all cooperating states and member jurisdictions to identify and provisionally arrest Omotosho upon entry into their territory, prevent flights by imposing travel restrictions and monitoring cross-border movements, preserve and, where necessary, freeze assets linked to the alleged violations, facilitate extradition or surrender to the designated international tribunal for prosecution. The arrest warrant was transmitted through international law enforcement cooperation channels, making Omotosho subject to arrest in any country that recognizes the court jurisdiction and obligations. So guys, I believe this is the news we've all been waiting to hear. And finally, you've gotten the news. Omotosho will be arrested as soon as possible because what he did to Nnamdi Kanu was not good. He was not fair and he was not being straight to the point. He used an illegal way and he used the repeal law, so you have to face the punishment. So guys, I would love to have your take on this. Tell me what you feel in the comment section. Like this video, share this video, always leave a free Nnamdi Kanu in the comment section, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button and turn on this channel notification bell so that you won't be missing any trending updates about Nnamdi Kanu.